Good morning. How are you guys? Over on the community page, I put a poll asking if you guys would prefer if I put my vlogs on a separate channel or on this one, and 96% of you said leave them here. So the plan is to hopefully start posting a vlog like midweek and then like a normal video on the weekend. So we'll see how that goes. But right now I am going to make my coffee and get to work. Oh my God, it's so good. Yesterday, Fred stopped by. He was near my house. There's a Panera near my house, and he knows I like these one bagels. Well, I like all bagels, but this, I don't remember what it's called, but it has like cinnamon on the top, and he knows I like them, so he bought me a few and stopped by and dropped them off. He's so thoughtful. It's impossible not to love that man, and it pisses me off. I'm being honest. And he would laugh if he heard me say that because he knows it's true. He's genuinely one of the most thoughtful and generous people I've ever met in my life, which irritates me that the rest of it has to be so complicated. Ugh. What a morning. Gosh, my hair is still not dry. I keep waiting for it to dry so that I can scrunch out this gel, and it just takes forever. But if you scrunch out the gel before it's fully dry and it forms a good cast on these curls, they'll fall out. My hair's too fine, and my wave pattern's like a 2A, 2B. So I don't know if you guys know anything about hair, but I have very fine hair with a very mild wave pattern, and it has to be encouraged to keep the curl or it'll just fall out and end up in some like weird wavy frizzy mess. And so anyways, I'm trying to let this gel set, and on most days, as you know, I just throw it up in a bun, but I know I'm going to be filming today, and I know that I have a coaching session, so I just want to make sure that on those days I try to actually do my hair most of the time. But I'm so torn with just cutting it off. I did recently give myself a COVID haircut. My hairdresser would kill me. Although, in fairness, I tried to make an appointment with my hairstylist. I haven't seen her since like October of 19-ish. And so it's been a while. And you know, my hair had grown really long. And she had responded like by text, and we discussed a couple things, and then she never got back to me. And so I didn't pursue it. I just went, maybe I could just cut my own hair. And so I did, and I so regret it. It's just hair and it'll grow back, so I'm not totally mad about it. But yeah, I cut about at least 6 inches off of my hair, and I added in some layers, and they're so choppy and such a mess. Thank God for the curls, because curls hide a lot of sins. Anyways, yeah, I kind of regret that. I kind of wish I had just left it longer. But anyways, I'm really toying with the idea of just like whack, cutting it all off. The other thing I'm torn about is coloring my hair. For years, I've colored my hair religiously. Like every 4 to 6 weeks, I cover up my roots. And like the last year, I've just been like, maybe I'll let it grow out. And then it gets like 3 or 4 or 5 months into the process, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna color it one more time. And so that's where I am right now. Like, it's grown out probably this much, and part of me is like, just let it grow out. Your salt and pepper hair would look so amazing. How cool would that be? And then the other part of me is like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Why am I not ready for that? Patriarchy. No. Why am I not ready for that? I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, I have a box of hair color. who knows? You know, I keep telling myself, I'm like, look, there's no pressure whatsoever. You don't plan on dating for like a year at least. And I can always recolor it anytime I want. In 2 months, I'm gonna be turning 49. And so I'm like, why don't I just take that 49th year, like up to my 50th birthday, and grow it out and see how I like it. If I don't like it, I can always color it. So that's the stage I'm in. Did you guys grow out your hair? How'd you feel about that? Just completely natural and you weren't torn at all, or was it a process? And how did you deal with the growing out process? Like, you know, this is colored, this is not. How did you deal with that? Did you just go cut it all off? Did you go to a stylist and have it blended in? Or did you just look awkward for a while like I do? What did you do? The other day, my granddaughter, she was studying me real intently. And I'm like, what are you thinking about? And she's like, is your hair black or brown or silver? And I'm like, all of it. I'm like, my hair's naturally very, very, very black. The rest of it is where I had hair color. And she's like, oh. She was so confused by the multicolor. I need to get to work and I'm procrastinating. I'd rather chat with you guys because I don't want to do this. It's Thursday, and Thursday and Friday are like, I'm ready for the weekend, and yet there's still so much work to do. Somebody had commented one time and asked exactly what do I do and how am I a nurse that works from home. And the answer is I currently work for an insurance company, and I call people who were recently in the hospital or that have a lot of really heavy disease processes going on, and I call them on the phone and just chat with them, make sure they have all the resources they need, all the equipment they need, answer any questions, make sure they understand their medications and what they need to do, that kind of thing. So if they're like, yeah, I've been falling all the time, I need help, I try to get them some physical therapy, get them a walker or a cane or something if they need it, get them like a life alert button they can push if they fall down, that kind of thing. So I can do all of that from home. That's what I do in my other life during my day job. I think before I get too deep into this, I'm gonna take some time to smudge myself. Better. Now let's get this day started. So while my coffee pot's heating up, I wanted to show you guys where I painted downstairs. Now, I had originally painted it a navy blue color. I'll insert a clip here about that. So I recently painted my downstairs family room. And I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's a perfectly legit color. I was trying to do something out of the box and do something a little more bold. I don't like it. I don't want it. It's not exactly the color I was going for. I was going for more of a teal, like a dark greenish blue, like a peacock greenish blue color. And instead it just looks navy. Just looks basic bitch navy to me. And every time I look at it, I'm like, I mean, it's okay. And you shouldn't feel that way when you're in your home and you're looking at something. You should be like, ugh, love it. No. Instead, I'm like, it's okay. So as you can see, it's perfectly lovely. At nighttime, when the light is different, you can kind of see that it's more of a teal, but right now, it just looks blue. It's just blue. And it's too dark for down here, because it's in a lower level and it tends to stay darker. I don't like it. And I repainted it a different, more calming color. I love the color. It's like a pink terracotta color. I love it. I was trying to go outside the box and like get some color. You guys know me, it didn't work very well. Although I did paint my guest bath downstairs like this warm paprika cinnamony color, and so far I don't hate it. So maybe we're gonna have success with that one. I had bought some butcher block shelves and some black brackets to go in the laundry room over the washer and dryer. I ended up using those in my dining room. I had sold my daughter and my son-in-law my old table and chairs for their new dining room, and I gave them my china cabinet. I never really liked that china cabinet anyways. It was my mom's, so I didn't want to get rid of it, but I don't really want it. But I was using it for a lot of storage, so I needed to replace it with something. So anyways, I took those shelves, they fit perfect there. So now I have to come up with something new for the laundry room. So this is my new table and chairs since I sold Courtney mine, and boy was it a process getting these. Ignore that stuff that just came in from outside on the patio. I have to wipe it down and put it away. But so this table is darker than I thought it was going to be, and I loved the curve of the legs and everything. And when I put it on TikTok, somebody said it looks like it's from Beetlejuice, like it's gonna crawl away, and now I can't quit seeing that. And originally I had ordered other chairs to go with it. They are, I don't know if you can see them, but they're down there. They were supposed to be walnut, and they showed up oak with gray seats. So they don't match. And I was going to send them back, but I realized it was my fault. Long story. So I had to order different chairs. So I got these, and I'm really pleased with these. They're beautiful. I wish they had fabric seats instead of like that leather pleather stuff, but the vinyl. But they're very beautiful, and the wood is so pretty. Over here in the corner, this little yellow cabinet was actually my very first purchase I ever made on my own. After I got divorced from my horribly abusive ex-husband, and I was a new nurse, I had money of my own coming in, and I saw this at a store, and I wanted it for my nightstand. I just fell in love with it, and so I bought it, and I've always thought I could paint it or something, and I'm like, I don't want to paint it. I kind of like it yellow. I love it. And so I've just kept it, and it gets moved all over the house. And so I was looking for something to put here since the china cabinet was gone, so I thought I'm going to paint it black and put it in the corner, and then I put it there. I'm like, I just can't paint it. I can't. I love it the way it is, so I left it. And then I hung those shelves there to hold my cookbooks and some of my casserole dishes and stuff that was in the china cabinet. And then down there I store all the rest of the stuff, like vases and other stuff that was in my china cabinet. So it worked out well. No complaints. The only complaint I have in here is these stupid baseboard heaters. I have to tie my curtains up at the bottom. I need to just hem them. In the summertime I can let them down, but last winter I didn't even think about it, and I smelled something burning, and I came in here and the bottom of my curtains were scorched from being on the heater, so that was terrifying. So in the winter I now have to like tie them up so that they don't touch the heater. Look at these yummy pears. I went to the farmer's market the other day, and they had so many beautiful pears, and I'm like, ooh, I want to definitely like bake these. Doesn't that sound good? And up here, I'm thinking about painting my cabinets, but I don't know what color I want. I think that green, I wanted more of a sage green, and I think that's a little too bright. I think it has too much blue in it. And the colors really aren't translating very well on camera. Well, maybe they are. Anyways, what do you guys think? The backsplash, I've been planning to paint that for like a year because I don't feel like replacing it yet. I have too much on my plate, but I am willing to paint it. I'm hitting that afternoon slump. I'm getting so sleepy. This always happens. It's like 2:30 in the afternoon, and I'm like struggling to keep my eyes open. It's crazy. But I'm hydrating. Good morning. So it's a couple of days later, actually. Life got away from me in a big way. Today I'm supposed to be editing a video that didn't get done in the last couple of days, but there's something way more fun happening, so we're just gonna have to wait on that. Both of my son-in-laws now work in landscaping and yard care, which is awesome for me. So my one son-in-law, Anthony, is either coming over today or tomorrow to do all of the lawn because it needs one final mow before winter sets in. It looks like a jungle, and the leaves need cleaned up and stuff. But my other son-in-law, Robbie, and my daughter Maddie are coming over with my granddaughters, and they are going to work on my flower beds and like just get everything cut down for the winter. And they should have done this last weekend when it was 70 degrees, but instead they waited till today when it's like gonna snow. Anyways, that's what we're gonna do today. All of the things I had on my to-do list, they're not nearly going to be as fun as playing with the babies. We'll just play it by ear and see what they're in the mood for. Is there anything worse than coming in the kitchen and realizing that past you didn't do the dishes before bed, so now current you has to get up in the morning and look at them and like, ugh. So yeah, normally I'd be like, they're just gonna sit there till I'm ready then, girl. But since I have company coming over, I'm gonna do them now. So let's do them before I make coffee, and then I can just enjoy my coffee. I just remembered that I have a coaching appointment tonight at 6 as well with Amber. So I need to not forget about that. Remind me it's 5:45 that I have a coaching appointment.
Okay, I'll remind you at 5:45 p.m.
Thank you. Now we can make coffee. I spy with my little eye, the little fingers ruined my candle. So let's just take this and put it on the candle warmer and melt it down so that it has a even finish. All right, sorry fall candle. You're gonna have to wait your turn. All right, so we'll let that sit there for a couple of hours and it should smooth out. Do any of you guys have doom piles? Like that end of my counter is always a major doom pile. It just collects stuff. I don't know what to do with it. It goes there and it just piles and makes me crazy. The rest of my house can be complete order, but I will always have at least one doom pile. Sometimes I try to go through and clear it off, or I do little bits at a time, but it's a perpetual process. But you know what I learned this year? I learned this year that I actually have ADHD. I had no idea. I had no idea. And it all makes so much sense now. My whole life and the way I do things the way I do, the way I live intentionally so that I don't forget things or so that I can make sure things get done. The systems that I had already innately put in place for myself to help make up for poor memory and being forgetful and, you know, yada, yada, yada. It's because I have ADHD. My daughter Courtney one day said she thought she had it, and I was like, you do not. You're not hyperactive. And she's like, Mom, it presents totally different in adult females. Do you not know this? She's like, Google it. She said, go on TikTok and look up some videos on it. So I did, and within minutes, I was like, oh my God, I think I have ADHD too. And now I can see it in all of my children. I can see it in my mom. Yeah. So now it's been a process of learning more about it, making an appointment to talk to someone about it. And you know, the thing is that personally, and this is just my personal decision, I don't think I'm really interested in going on medication. So it's just a matter of the behavioral therapy and the systems put in place to help you deal with it and manage it better, which I've already done on my own. So I don't even know that I need any treatment for it or anything now. I just am able to recognize when I'm doing the things and recognize, oh, this means that. And I'm able to snap out of it easier. I'm able to recognize that that doom pile is part of it. Just things like that. I'm sure I'll go into it more at a later point in time. I'm still just learning about all of it and realizing that I am the way I am for a reason and that I am neurodivergent. So there's that. Oh my gosh, do you guys love green onions? I love green onions. They have to be one of my favorite things on the face of the planet. The smell of them is intoxicating to me, and I would eat them on everything, just about. I mean, not sweets, but you know, savory stuff. So right now I'm just trying to like wash these oranges. I always, if I do not cut up these green onions and put them in a bowl so that they're ready to be used, they'll rot every single time. I have to do it right away or it's game over. I have found that when you chop up your green onions and you put them in a bowl in the fridge, they will last so long if you put a folded paper towel on the bottom to help catch any moisture. I love waiting for my granddaughters to pull up. Well, my daughter too. I love her just as much, but I love waiting for my granddaughters to pull up and get their reaction when they first see me because they're usually so excited. Front door. It's so cold out today. Hello! I am! Hello! I love you. Hi, Rob.
Oh gosh,
Howdy.
my car's messy.
I don't care. You look beautiful. Hi, Vivi. I love you so much. Look how pretty you are. Is that your new coat? I haven't seen that one. Let's go in where it's warm. V, you look like a princess. You look like a little fairy princess. Is Mom and Daddy working hard? They're gonna make Mimi's flowers look all pretty for the spring. So Miss Vera wants to make some cupcakes, but we don't have any cake mix right now, but we have muffins. So we are gonna make muffins. Put these back. Okay, so you want the ones with the hearts on them, right? Yeah. I know, Freya wants the ones with the cupcake. Yeah. Okay, Freya wants these. Vera wants these.
This is for you.
Aw, let me see.
Flip it over.
I love it. You wrote this by yourself? Such a good job. You know why? Because you were so smart. Let me hang it up here. There we
You're
go.
building muffins?
Yeah. So we're getting some pepperoni and some cheese. Cheeses. Do you want some apples?
Yeah.
Okay. Watch.
I need one apple.
Okay, watch what I'm gonna do.
The chest is off.
Boom. We just gotta pull them out.
What? Let me pull it out. This
Okay,
might
pull it hard.
of pepperoni. Can I try some? I say something.
Gotta pull it hard. Gotta pick it off like a flower. Pull it. Got it.
I need this one.
Yeah, and then we. Mmm.
Wow.
Yummy.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. We love you.